Hi, I'm JJ, the Practical Alchemist, some people call me, and I'm here to bring you news and views which might be slightly at odds with the mainstream narrative. We explore alternative ways of being, living, seeing, doing, all of those things. And sometimes I have guests on from my UK Health Radio Alchemy 101 show. Links for that are down below. You can listen to those on UK Health Radio if you so desire. And of course, if you like this channel and you want to hear more, do like, subscribe, share, comment. Tell me what you think. I'd love to hear from you. But today, I want to talk about something which has been on my mind for some time, and I think deserves a little bit of clarification because it's a word that's been overused, I think, in spiritual circles, and that is oneness. What is that actually? Well, I'll be getting into that in a moment. Oneness. If you have been around the kind of people that I have been for so long, you'll have heard that word an awful lot. Oneness. What actually is it, though? Some people think it's just being in being together with people who think the same way, like you're in some kind of group of like minds and you do the same stuff and you're at one with each other. But that's not really it. I think the issue with oneness is that it actually does the opposite. The word and the use of the word does the opposite. Because you see, we are all one anyway. We are all at one with the universe. So it's actually superfluous to start talking about oneness because it just is. That's the way the universe is. It's the way we work. It's the way we are. We're at one with other people. We're one with nature. We're one with even the rocks on the beach, not far from where I live. So here's my problem with oneness. Even talking about oneness creates a divide. It creates separation, paradoxically. So when you're talking about oneness and discussing it as a thing, it kind of makes it other. And it makes it something to be attained when there is no such thing to be attained because it just is. So what rather should we be, or might we talk about instead of oneness? Well, the other thing to come up recently, or over the past few years anyway, is community. Now that is something much more the thing to focus on, I think, these days. Community and sharing. Michael Tellinger in South Africa talked some time ago. He brought the subject up a few years back about Ubuntu, contributionism, and talking about that as a way forward. Well, I still see that as one of the ways that we are going to get through all the challenges that society is going to thrust on us in the coming years and months, or even months and years. So what are we talking about here? We're talking about supporting being in community with other human beings. And I say human beings. I think a lot of what's happening at the moment is an attempt to dehumanize us, and I don't think we can allow that to happen. As human beings, we do incredibly well when we come together and we unite, not in that other oneness, but unite in community and in power and strength. Now, that doesn't need to mean, fighting an army. That's not what I'm talking about. I am talking about creating society around us whereby we all support each other. How do we do that? Well, do you know anybody? Let's just take an example. Do you know anybody in your immediate sphere who maybe could do with a little hand? Maybe they're short of money. Do you have any money that if you offer to them without any side to it, no, no ulterior motive, and it wouldn't affect you or your bank balance particularly, or in any way impact you negatively, could you see yourself giving that person some money without any thought of getting anything back at any stage, but saying, here, I have, you lack, you don't have, let's share what I have. Same with food. And we've all seen how food banks and community kitchens are springing up all over the place. But what if you have a very productive garden and you have loads of produce? What do you do with that? Now, I have seen people say, oh, I've got so many apples this autumn. I've left a couple of boxes at my garden gate. Help yourself. Brilliant. That's the kind of thing we want to see more of. Food for all, free food for all. Now, I'm a big forager, but not everybody can get out into the countryside and forage. But food is another way that we can help people out. Do you have somewhere, are you a landowner, a property owner? Do you have somewhere that you let out for lots of money, maybe Airbnb, and you get quite a lot of money from that, don't you? But is it in a place where people are crying out for long-term housing? Do you have more than one property? I mean, would you say that if you just let go of the whole Airbnb thing and rented out one property long-term to a family, would that really impact you? I mean, how much money do we all need in the end? And especially if we start to create the kind of community that I'm talking about here, money actually starts to become irrelevant. So that is what I think we need to be thinking of instead of oneness. Let's get over that. We are one. We're one with everything. We're one with nature. We're one with the cosmos. What is it that we need to be doing to help us get through what's coming down the line? And that is community. Having each other's backs, saying, oh, I've got, so I can help you. And maybe a couple of months down the line, they'll have and you won't, so they can help you. Give and take. It's the original give and take. Helping each other. So here's my challenge to you today. Who can you help? And how can you start a much more sharing community where you live? Because it's got to start at home. A lot of you might be sitting there thinking, well, I give to charity. Of course I do. I give to all these big charities. Yeah. But where does that money actually go? What does that money actually do? You've probably got a whole bunch of people living near you who could absolutely do with that money, and you would see where that money's going and what it's doing, how it's helping. Now, I'm not saying don't give money to absolutely appalling conditions, places like Turkey and the recent earthquakes and that sort of thing. I'm not saying that at all, but I am saying let's start building our communities at home. Let's start helping each other. Let's start knocking on doors and making sure that people are okay. Then we will start to create the kind of community that people who talk about oneness, I think, really mean. Let me know how you get on. I do hope that you have taken something out of this little chat, and I hope you might have enjoyed it. Maybe it's helped you see something differently, hopefully. Do like, subscribe, do tell me what you think, comment below, and hopefully I'll see you in another little chat sometime soon. Bye for now.